Today we're going to make a little shield sign over my dog's area, make it a little bit more colorful. Since my kitchen is red with white, of course what we need to do is paint this thing. I think the wall, part of the wall we're hanging this is white. So I'm going to have to paint this red so that it doesn't clash with the white wall. We keep it white. So what I'm going to do is, usually I put some gloves on. I have to buy some different ones. These are, I got some real cheap gloves. They're not really the best things to work with. They don't form your hand well, and you can't pick up things with it. I like to get the ones that actually cling to your hand very well, and then you can pick up things with it without the tip of the glove getting in your way. So what I'm going to do now is paint this canvas the red color. So just put this all over it. And what I'm going to do is take my sponge and just go like this all around it. When you paint, make sure you're painting on top of an area that is protected. If you have a table that's, you don't want it to get ruined. And of course you have to wait for this to dry. So now I'm done painting the canvas. Now I'm going to paint the letters all white. I won't paint them black because black against red, you can't really read them correctly anyways because they're both dark colors. But I will use white, plain white, so that means I need to use different kind of paintbrush. I have spray paint I can use too. But I think it would be stupid spray painting these letters. So here's the letters right here. I'm going to put Jackson's Place. I just rub my hand against the paint super. Not what I wanted. So I gotta do a little dabbing here. I rubbed my hand against it by accident. That piece of sponge, I can go and wash it if I want and rinse it out. Or I can just throw it away because the sponges are very cheap. So I can always just throw it away and cut out a new piece. So the next step is, like I said, is Jackson's Place. I'm not sure if I want to put the words all in one place or make them even, but let's move the camera closer now. So let's go for the next step. So here is the wood pieces I told you I had, which I'm going to use to write Jackson's Place. You can also use a marker and write it yourself. And then I'm going to make little paw prints. I was thinking about using his paw, but I only have normal acrylic paint, and that's not very safe for dogs to use on his paws. So I'm just going to make a sponge, make some kind of a oval, or you know, like a dog's footprint looks like. Try to make it on the sponge itself, you know, carve it out with a little carving knife. And then come out and then dip it in the black paint. Make sure you don't have too much paint on it. And then, you know, first put it on the piece of paper and then you can put it on the canvas. You'll see that when I'm done. But right now is the first thing we need to do is paint these letters. How are we going to paint these letters? We need to use a paintbrush. Just hope this one's not too soft. So what I always do is I save my plastic bottles. We can recycle them here. Here in Germany they do very good recycling. And just pour some inside there and dip your brush in. I can leave it like this if I want, but I just rather have it white. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, just go over it gently with the white paint. You can also try to do it this way. I mean, it's very difficult when you have little letters like this, but you get what I'm talking about. Just gotta paint it. So everybody, I took a normal house sponge and I cut out a form. First I traced it with a permanent marker how I wanted to make the footprint. My dog is a big dog, but this paw is a little small compared to his. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. Anyway, I just dipped it in paint, as you can see, because I wanted to make sure it looked good. It does look good. So this is how I made the paws. I'm going to make the paws on the painting. Like I said, you take a normal house sponge, make a form with a permanent marker, and then just take normal house scissors or a carving knife. Be careful and don't cut yourself with it because they're very sharp. And just cut pieces out. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it looks like a footprint, and that looks like a footprint from a dog. So let's go to the next step. So let's see what happens. I'm going to attempt to put the footprint on it. I mean, the paint seems still a little bit wet, but I'll still attempt it anyway. What the hell? That's how I am. So I'm just going to try it here. I'm going to put it there, press down, and then just pull up. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I didn't like how, like I said before, how it looked. One end looked too much. And then I just want to put it on this end too. And just, like I said, go down and go up. That one didn't come out too well, so I'm going to do it again. You got to make sure you press, let go, and go up. There you go. So I'm going to put one more. So that's how you make a footprint. I mean, you can paint it on yourself. That's another way of doing it. I'll probably will end up taking the permanent marker and go around it to make it even. And that's how I'll probably end up making it so it looks a little bit more better on these areas. So let's go to the next step. So now it's time to do some gluing, which is the next step. I took the plastic off it. I love it, how it looks. It looks awesome. So now what I want to do is stick some glue. All over this. I was debating how I wanted to put it. I'm just going to put it normally what it should actually look like sitting. I'm going to put a good amount of glue because that's what it's going to need. It's going to really need a lot so that it can hold the line that we're going to put on there and other little things. So, and I'm also going to make a little, what do you call it, glass bottle. Actually it goes like this. I'm glad I double checked it. And then you want to go like this, and I'm going to go as close to the edges as I can, and then I'm going to press and let that sit. Yeah, that looks good. And you let that sit, and now I want to glue on Jackson's name. So I'm going to put on here Jackson's Place, and on these ones you really don't need that much glue on it, just need a very little. I'm going to stick some glue on this so I can stick it on here so that it doesn't, you don't need much glue for this, so I'm just going to stick a very little and try not to get any strings on it. And then stick it on. I'm just going to stick them zigzaggy or whatever how they come out. For me, it's fine. I just don't want to have any of the... I don't want to have it so perfect. So I'm just going to just mix and match the different angles to it. That's the best thing to do. So, and then this is how I want to put it. I didn't want to put it straight, so Jackson's, have to put an S there because it's girth that belongs to the little man. Oh no, I'm going to put place. I was thinking, oh, maybe I should have put spot, but I'm just going to put place. Like I said, think about it before you stick everything on or before you paint anything. But I think this is going to look awesome. This is the first section of fixing up the little area for Jackson. So now that's what I did here. I don't know if you can see it. Looks awesome, I think. I'm going to hang that on the wall. Of course, with screws that can hold everything when I hang it on here. The next step is I'm going to take this bottle and I'm going to fix it so that we can put all the bags that we need for when we take him outside. Because here in Germany, when you take your dog out, you have to pick up the duty that he makes. You have to. If you get caught not picking it up, you can get a really big fine for it. So we always make sure we're fully stocked in the bags for Jackson. Pretty good sized dog, she'll need them. So I'm going to fix this up for Jackson's little area so I can stick it in. The first thing I need to do is I have to make a little hole up top here. While this dries, I still have to fix the toes, the feet area. And what I'm going to do now is, like I said, you got to make a hole in the middle. So I took the scissors, poked them through, and I just try to make it, pull the scissors downwards and then twist. See, the bigger the scissors gets, you twist, and so doesn't the hole. The hole gets bigger too. You don't need it that big, the hole. So, and what we need to do now is, this can be sharp and it'll rip the bag, so the best idea to do is cover it with the glue. So I'm going to stick this on here and try to keep the glue on the inside area. at first. So let that cool. And then you do the other side. And then we'll go to the next step. So as you can see here, I've finished my little design here, what I did for Jackson's place. And then for his to-go bags for when he needs to go poop. Here in Germany, you have to use these. You can get a good fine if you don't use the bags. If you get caught just letting it stay there. And I just took the cover and made a hole in it like I showed you. Then I put hot glue. But after you put hot glue, if you use hot glue on it, then you need to put paint on it because the hot glue and the bags somehow they stick, so it's harder to pull out and you can rip the bag. So I painted the hot glue. And then the top part of the cover I put twine. I started from the bottom all the way up into the top. And it comes out fine, as you can see. It comes out fine. So, and this is all. That's how you do it. And you can fit a good amount in here. I just shoved in a few. You can fill it up, tighten it if you want. Don't put it too tight because then you won't be able to pull the bags out. But now, the next step is decorating that little corner for my little doggy. Here's another quick tip. On one of the jars I used this twine. And so I said, okay, let me do something else. I bought some jar cover material to cover the jars when you make fresh fruit or marmalade or jam that you want to give out as a present. It's material, it's not paper. Came with two different ribbons, one with a twine looking ribbon and a normal. What I did is I glued the top, put the material on, and then I put the ribbon just around it. Glued the ribbon one piece, each corner. I glued the ribbon so you don't see it. And then I started here and end here, try to make it nice and even. And now all you have to do is go like this and put it back. This is another quick tip on this tutorial. There's several quick tips on this video, so if you want to know all the tips, please watch the whole video. And now let's go to the next step. So here you can see I had finished the little corner now. It doesn't look so plain anymore. Made something that I can hang his collar and everything on like I showed you before. I end up putting screws through the canvas and a thing on the back so that it's more stable, the hooks that I glued on there. Yeah, that's for you. That's Jackson. That's for little man. Vacation? Yeah? Come here. Show you my little guy in a minute. This is Jackson, and this is his little room. Come on. Jackson, come on. Come here. Up. Up. Missy does? Yeah. Bishon, you're a good boy. See, that's my baby. That's Jackson. Jackson, baby. There's Jackson. That's Jackson. It's alles gut. Gave him a little treat because he's such a good boy. But that's his little corner now. I have a box for his little goodies, for his little poop bags, and his toys is the basket in the bottom. He has all kinds of little toys. Just rather have them still hanging around everywhere. Better put them in a little box, and when we play, take them out and have fun, and then put them away when we're done. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a plain corner for your dog into something fun. Plus, there's a lot of tip of the days inside this video, a few of them. If you want to see them, like I said before, you need to watch the full video. And I hope you enjoyed this. And please come back again. See you guys. Bye.